So for Patrick Mahomes, what does this mean for Patrick Mahomes? If you've been a fan of the NFL and you've watched Mahomes play, I'm sure you've all seen him. He's been in the league a couple years, won a couple MVPs. He's now won 2 Super Bowls. He's won 2 Super Bowl MVPs. I think people were already ready to crown Patrick Mahomes to an elite level. I think most people were willing to say this guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. And he will be, no doubt. He's one of the most talented guys we've ever seen. He does things that no other quarterback can do. And he's able to do it in a way that is electrifying and fun to watch. But when it comes down to the crunch time and to get things done, Mahomes is as good as anybody. We just saw the retirement of the greatest quarterback of all time, Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowl wins, 10 Super Bowl trips. And we got a long ways to go in Patrick Mahomes' career. We have no idea how many more Super Bowls he's going to win. I'm sure he'll at least get one more, probably a couple. I think this Chiefs dynasty, if you want to call it that, I think they need one more, maybe to call it a dynasty, but they're close. But to have this amount of success in such a short time has been absolutely incredible. When Patrick Mahomes was drafted, I didn't really know much about the guy. I really didn't. And I'm not really a massive college football fan. I do watch and I do keep up with players, but I really didn't know who Patrick Mahomes was. And the Chiefs took him. I think we all knew that Alex Smith wasn't the long-term answer. Yes, Andy Reid made things happen. Alex Smith played well when he needed to play well, and they got to a certain point in the playoffs, but Mahomes flipped that switch and took them to the top and made them, to what they are now. 2-time Super Bowl winners with him at quarterback. And you pair him with Travis Kelce. You pair him with a good offensive line. You pair him with, they had a bunch of rookies this year playing. On offense and defense, and these guys, that's kudos to the scouting department for making those picks and getting those things right and having these guys play at a high level. Chiefs are in a good spot. A lot of people make, when you pay the quarterback big money, you can't pay anybody else. Team's going to go down the dumps. And a lot of times that is true. As of right now, look at Russell Wilson. They just hired Sean Payton. We'll see what they can do. Look at Deshaun Watson. Yeah, they paid him a lot of money. He was out for most of the year. So, we'll cut him some slack and see what he can do. But Mahomes, man, he has entered himself into that. He already was near that level. He's already surpassed it. Of that elite, legendary level. I'm going to have to come up with my own top 10 quarterbacks of all time list. But right now, he's making a conversation to already be in that top 2, top 3. And he's like 27, 28. Crazy. To me, he's already surpassed Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. And I love Aaron Rodgers as a player. But it's hard not to argue with what you see. The statistics, the hardware the kid's got. He's done fantastic. And there's going to be more to come. And a lot of people, oh, he's the new golden boy. He's the new Tom Brady. Brady just retired. The NFL has to have a guy. Guys like this are good for the sport. It would not be as fun if we just saw a random team win the Super Bowl and a random quarterback just show up every year and win the MVP and just no real consistency. A lot of people say they like the underdog, which to a certain extent we do. But you have to have that guy, the needle mover, the guy that can be there for a long time and compete and win for a long time. You need those guys. If not, it becomes boring. It does. Imagine if we had, no dynasties really in the past 20 years. With the Patriots dynasty didn't happen. It's just random teams winning all the time. Okay, it'd be fun to see other teams win, but people say they don't like dynasties. They say they don't like oh, I get tired of this guy winning all the time, blah, blah, blah. But it's good for the sport, and the sports need it. You need to have dominant dynasty type players, or else it becomes boring. You need somebody to knock this guy off. You want to see him get knocked off, or you want to see him keep winning, no matter what side of the fence that you're on. It is important for guys like Patrick Mahomes and the needle movers to be in this game. And with Tom Brady retiring, this guy, he already, was taking over, but now it is complete, as you could say. So, Mahomes' legacy is going to keep growing. The guy's, he's already a Hall of Famer at this point. He's already won 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. What more does he have to do other than just to keep winning and adding them up? I mean, he's on that 2 Super Bowl winning tier level with guys like John Elway and Peyton Manning. I heard the point that on Callan Cowherd's The Volume. I'm not sure which co-host it was that brought it up. I'm sorry, but I was watching a clip from that earlier, and they talked about when Peyton Manning got his second Super Bowl, he was cooked. He was done. He was carried by that defense late in the season, and they were able to get it done. John Elway, been to a lot of Super Bowls, only won 2, but when he got that second one, he was not the John Elway of his prime. We've got a guy here, already won 2 Super Bowls. He's in the middle of his prime. He's maybe in the beginning. So it's incredible to see. It's a lot of fun to watch. I think we're going to get a couple more. And 10, 15 years from now, there are going to be some serious talks about who is the best of all time. And Patrick Mahomes, he's going to be there in that conversation. You can guarantee it.